And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas Johnson, back with this on the show 22 Custom League. And here we are in the Year 2 All-Star Week. Here we're in 2023 All-Star Week, and we are now, this is the last All-Star game here, the last All-Star festivities that we'll be showing you. This is the AAA All-Star game, and highlighting some of these players here in AAA. The first guy we got to show you is Kyle Harrison. I don't know what his potential is there, but he is a B potential pitcher, 70 overall, pretty close to the majors, and he has been awesome this season. 107 innings, 33 runs allowed is all he's been allowing this season. 103 strikeouts, 10 quality starts, a complete game shutout this year, and a 3.1 WAR for him. So yeah, he's pitching really well. I saw what his stats look like. He might have a chance in the majors this year. Well, I'm not sure. Matt DeBoer probably will have a shot in the majors this season. He's already 24 years old. He is playing for Ohio right now. He's in their AAA system, and he's been incredible in 84 innings this season. He's only started 3 games, started the year in the bullpen, but he has a 1.18 ERA, only has allowed 17 runs all year. He has been incredible. Garrett York, we've seen him, he was in the Futures game as well a couple of episodes ago. But he has been obviously incredible for St. Louis in their AAA farm system. 29 out of 29 out of 31 opportunities for the saves there for him this season. Julio Gonzalez was drafted last year by +7 at hit per 9 there is pretty awesome. Drafted by, I think he was their second round pick for the Los Angeles Dragons, and this year he's been incredible. 7 runs across 24 games, started 17 saves for him, a sub-1 whip. He has been really good this season. Gregory Soto has also been incredible this year. Only has allowed 2 runs in 26.2 innings this year. Sub-1 whip, a 0.68 ERA, and he's a guy for the Stars that we could see in the majors. I think I'll probably call him back up after this All-Star game is over. And then Vincent Kim was drafted by the Rhinos last year. 22 out of 23 save opportunities, only has allowed 7 runs all season across 36 innings this year, a 1.09 whip, and he's only got C potential, so maybe he won't get a ton better than what he is right now, but he's got really interesting stats, and he's been pitching really well. Maybe he's going to get a shot in the majors this year. We'll see. Brady House will definitely be getting a shot in the majors this year. He's been awesome at AAA through 90 games, a 291 batting average, 3.4 WAR. He has been incredible this year, so he's going to get a chance in the majors with the Stars for sure. Wes Adams, +9, +3. The contact ratings are increasing like crazy for him. +5 to power versus righties as well. And we've already kind of looked at his stats because they're absolutely incredible. 4.2 WAR, 460 on base percentage with 52 walks this year, 28 stolen bases. Slugging is maybe his worst attribute. It's still at 487 because he's got 24 doubles already this year. But the on-base, the average for him, absolutely incredible stuff there. And it's increased his potential as well this season. Robert Newstrom, a guy that's got really good defense out there in the outfield. He is for the Phoenix Scorpions. And I like where his hitting ratings are at. Honestly, they're not in a bad spot. And he's got an 807 OPS right now, a 286 batting average, 12 home runs, 9 doubles, 360 on base. So he's been doing really well in AAA. And yeah, he only has C potential, but I like where he is at right now. And then June Mendoza, 25 years old, so a little bit of an older prospect here, but +10 contact versus righties already this season. He has been absolutely crushing it in AA and AAA. Look at these numbers, 102 hits for him this season, 15 homers. Over 500 slugging percentage and almost 900 OPS. He's been absolutely incredible and fantastic. And then Austin Martin for the Winnipeg Wizards. He is really close to the majors, man. 71 overall. Pretty even across the board in all of his attributes. Not really great or elite at anything, but an 812 OPS for him this season so far in AAA. He's been really good. Garrett Mitchell as well, an outfielder for the Iron Pigs. And a 745 OPS for him and 11 home runs, 60 RBIs. He's a guy that for the Columbus Cardinals might see him in the majors at some point this year as well. Alejandro Espinoza, B potential guy. Doesn't have a lot of contact ratings there, but has really good defense, really good power ratings right now as well. And, he's at 800 OPS right now in AAA. He's been hitting the ball pretty well. I don't know if we'll see him this year. He's might be a year or so away, but he does have some interesting stats and attributes and a good potential. Shane Baz started the year in the majors for New Orleans. He was really struggling. Called him down to AAA in 65 innings. He's been awesome. He is the frontline starter for the opposition here, and really the only good pitching prospect to show for on that side. And then offensively, you got Khalil Watson, who is a 77 overall, 19 years old, and for the San Diego Sharks, he is really close to the majors. I don't know if we'll see him this year or not, but 346 batting average on base, over 800 OPS, pretty good in numbers there. Willie Calhoun, see potential guy, 28 years old, played a little bit last year, hasn't not played at all this season. He is on the Diablos, and I mean he's been incredible in AAA this year, almost 1,000 OPS. So he might be called up in the second half of the season. We'll see. Henry Fisher, 19 years old for the Tampa Bay Vipers, 751 OPS. So the batting average low, the on base pretty low, but 14 home runs, 22 doubles. The slugging is at a fine rate. I don't think we'll see him in the majors this year, but he's definitely an interesting and intriguing prospect there. Marcelo Meyer is also intriguing guy, got some major league experience this year in AAA, 740 OPS, a 271 batting average, a 350 on base. So still not really showing a lot of power, but is getting on base decently well. And then Joe Adell, +4 to power versus lefties. That stat is up to 73 now. +5 to contact versus righties. And yeah, I mean, I like where his overall ratings are at. I just want his contact to improve a bit more, but he's batting .321 right now in AAA. He is hitting really, really well. So, I mean, I don't know. Well, maybe we'll see if he gets a shot here soon in the major leagues. And then Lazaro Monteros for the Salt Lake City Bees. I do think we'll see him in the majors. 84 OPS, 100 hits for him on the season. He is a guy right on the cusp of that major league appearance as well. So here we are as we're in the Dreamville field here. This is the Minneapolis Millers ballpark. And the East and the West here facing off in this AAA All-Star game. Brady House is our first prospect to showcase in this game. He comes up here with one out in the top of the first inning. He swings through that four-seam fastball there. Vladimir Gutierrez, the pitcher for the West here, the Western All-Stars. And now the count full to Brady House here. That's a line drive. That one is going to get over the third baseman and into right field. Henry Fisher is there in right, and Brady House has got a base hit, and I'm super excited for Brady House. He is one of the top prospects. I think he might be. He's either the number 1 or number 2 prospect in all of baseball right now. He's a top 5 prospect at least, for sure. So I think, he has been improving even more in those hitting ratings. I think he's going to be a beast in this franchise. He's only 20 years old. So excited to see him maybe at the majors again. But at the very least, really a fixture of the Stars team. And that ball is going to land out there. Wes Adams has got himself a hit here, as Brady House is going to go from first to third. Wes Adams really emerging. He's the best story, I think, of this season here. A 5th-round draft pick that is just dominating at AAA, and a guy that might have a shot at being, seeing the major leagues this season. I mean, that's how good he's been. That's how good his ratings have improved this year. It's pretty crazy stuff. Robert Newstrom swings through that pitch. I mean, what are you doing there? Forcing fastball way inside. 2-2 pitch now. Line drive. It's caught by the first baseman. And then he goes and he tags the guy. He tags Wes Adams. That was a kind of crazy double play right there to prevent a run from scoring. How about that to end the top of the first inning? So here is Kyle Harrison. And I believe he is on the Montreal Expos farm system right now. I know he's on the Tides, I believe, so I think that's the Montreal Expos AAA team. And, I mean, the Expos, their pitching isn't the best, so, he might be needed for their pitching staff in the second half of the season. That ball just barely went fair there. Khalil Watson trying to bunt himself on for a hit here to begin the game. 0-1. He's going to try and lay down a bunt again here, but it's a slider low. An unbuntable pitch right there below the knee. It was great location, actually. I mean, it was a late pitch release there by Shane Baz, but it actually ended up being a really good pitch to throw in that scenario. Now the 0-2, he swings through it here and grounds it over to Drew Mendoza at first base. Takes care of it easy there for the out. And Shan Haggerty comes up now. 1-1 to him here. Harrison working through this first inning here. Might be the only inning we see him in this All-Star game. Now he's going to give this one up. It's a fly ball into the outfield, and Rodriguez on his horse races over to make the catch. A good play, actually. Way to track that ball by the outfielder there, and now here's Willie Calhoun. 303 average for him, 935 OPS, 16 homers. That's got to be up there for AAA in terms of home run leaders. There's a ground ball. Mendoza not able to get it. It goes underneath his glove, and he does get to first base there. So a 2-out hit here keeps the inning going for top prospect Henry Fisher. And that ball is in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Goodman throws it to second base, and they're going to get the runner. They're going to get Willie Calhoun easily there to end the inning. I mean, not really a close play there. Willie Calhoun, not a guy with any speed, really, and he's not able to beat that out. So Shane Baz comes on out here at a really good numbers from 259. Average against righties, 209 against lefties. So, I mean, these AAA hitters, he's dominating the competition down here. I just need to see him, do something, maybe not something like this in the majors, but I need to see him put up, we'll take a 40 ERA from him. He just has not been good in his major league time, and, it's just a jump from AAA to the majors, and Shane Baz so far has not handled it well. That was a nasty slider, though. 9-inch break on that pitch right there, starting middle of the zone and dropping straight down. So a strikeout here brings up Drew Mendoza, who's going to drive this ball deep into the gap, and it's off of the wall. Up pretty high off the wall there. Mendoza is going to get to second base here with a 1-out double. Drew Mendoza crushed that baseball, and now he's in scoring position for Austin Martin. 277 average, and that's a 4-seam fastball in there for the strike. Did not see him in the Futures game, even though I think he is going to get a shot in the majors, probably after the September call-up period this year. And looks to be a fixture of that Winnipeg lineup here in the future going forward. As an 0-1 to him is a fly ball. Henry Fisher on the move. He is under it there, makes that catch, and brings it back into the infield. So that's a big second out for Shane Baz here in this situation. Alberto Rodriguez comes on up now. Last chance to try to score this runner from second base. Got to get a hit here. 1-1 to him. It's a ground ball. Haggerty, he is going to stop it, and he's going to make the play. That ball nearly went into the outfield. A good play, though, by Haggerty to make the stop. I was considering diving for it. I think I might have dove over it if I did that. But it was a slow roller that it was a kind of a dangerous play there. Matt DeBoer now going to come out of the bullpen here, and definitely going to be a guy that's going to get the, he's going to be starting the rest of the year. Probably should not have had him in the bullpen at all to begin with, but definitely a guy I want to showcase in the second half of the season. Not a guy that was on my prospect radar going into the year, but, I mean, he has been pitching absolutely incredibly this season. And, the Columbus Cardinals might need that fifth reliever down the stretch this year. We'll see. That ball is popped up in foul ground here. Drew Mendoza has that ball to take care of it. And that's the first out of the inning. So a good pitch by DeBoer, and nothing doing there with the hitter. Now Kyle Golick comes on out. So he's got 20 home runs, 67 RBIs. So that's really impressive. Probably leads AAA in both of those categories. I mean, that's pretty awesome numbers there. That's a swing. That's going to be a base hit. And throwing it to Mendoza here, if only he covered first base. Maybe you get the out there, but I don't know, not very likely. And then the game is not programmed for guys to do that. But either way, that's going to be a solid single there on a slider that missed in location there. It was high in the zone. Now Kevin Pilecki here with 1 out. Going to swing and drive this ball deep to right field. Rodriguez looks up and it's gone. Kevin Pilecki driving it over the tall wall in right field, and the Western All-Stars score first. Here off of that DeBoer, 2-0 in the second inning. Good swing by Boecki here. And that is a big-time 2-0 lead already early in this game. And that ball is just getting over the wall into the third or fourth row out there in the outfield as Matt DeBoer trying to recover here. Gets a ground ball to Austin Martin. Good play. Good throw by Austin Martin. A strike to first base, but Kevin Boecki putting the Western All-Stars on the board. The first runs of the night. 2-run homer. And unfortunately for Matt DeBoer, not a great All-Star game appearance. So we go top 3. Brady House back up again. Second at-bat of the night. Singled in his first plate appearance. He's got a 1-2 count on him here. And there's a line drive. Fisher on the move and right in front of the wall. Bounding up against it. Makes the catch. Sorry for the voice crack there, but good catch there by Fisher. And we go bottom 3. Khalil Watson is up here, top of the order, coming back up for the West here. That's a pop-up in the infield, and yes, it's going to stay fair. Austin Martin racing on to make that catch there. And that's out number 1 here in this third inning. So we go top of the 4th inning there. Nothing happening in that frame. Wes Adams is up for his second at-bat here. He's got 2 strikes on him, but he's got great plate vision. There's a swing and a changeup here. That one is going to land in center field, and he's going to stop at first base. But he's got another hit. 2 for 2 for Wes Adams to this point. Now it's Robert Newstrom, and now there goes Wes Adams trying to steal a bag, and he's going to steal it easy. I mean, that's just another facet to his game. 28 stolen bases during the first half of the season, and he gets a stolen bag here in the All-Star game. Robert Newstrom can't pull the trigger on that fastball on the corner. Great pitch by Zimmerman there. And there is 1 out in the inning now. Romy Gonzalez take advantage of Wes Adams at second base. A base hit would score him with his speed. As that one is a strike, and Gonzalez does not think so. He's talking to the umpire, saying he missed the call on that one. That is very borderline. That one just barely apparently caught the strike zone. I don't know. 2-2 pitch. It's a circle change, and it swung on and missed. That was a perfect pitch right there by Zimmerman, though. Wow, that was filthy. And, I mean, immediately after giving up that base hit, he gets the next 2 guys to strike out on really good pitches. So now Drew Mendoza, the last chance is for this run here. That's a 4-seamer that misses for a ball. Doubled his first time up. A double here, he would take that, and that would score the run. Looking for a similar type of swing right here. 1-1 pitch to him. And it's a fly ball into right field. Fisher is on the move, but Fisher can't track it, and it goes over his head. That is going to score Wes Adams. He was moving on contact there, and that is a run for Drew Mendoza. I mean, well, it's going to technically count as a double, even though Henry Fisher should have caught this ball. I don't know what happened there. I don't know why it did not walk me into an animation to catch that. I thought I was underneath the ball there to make that play, but I don't know. The game just did not give me an animation there to catch that ball. So that's a big mistake there. That does score a run. Drew Mendoza gets a run here in a little bit of an interesting circumstance there. But 5 hits for the Eastern All-Stars already in the first 4 innings in this game, but they do get on the board here. So Henry Fisher looking to redeem himself after that outfield blunder there. He made a great play in the last out that he got in the outfield was a great play. That one was not, but he's going to ground it to Wes Adams, who starts a tailor-made double play right there. Starting at the second baseman, going to the shortstop, going to first base. And, you know, Wes Adams, his defense is his weakest part of his game, most likely. And so, I mean, especially the throwing accuracy. And that's why he's going to be at second base for a while until he increases his arm accuracy and his arm strength. As that when he is caught, he can play, he can play third base, I think, and a shortstop. But second base is where he's going to have to be for a little bit. And he's back up again here in the top of the 6th inning. So we're 2 for 2 days so far. Josh Fleming, the pitcher here. And there's a ground ball. That one is down the line. Past the diving third baseman. Into the corner. Calhoun picks it up. And Wes Adams is going to make his way to second base. He has got a double. And he has got a 3 for 3 All-Star game. Probably his last at bat of this game here today. And man, he's just showing off all of his assets here. And is this guy ready for the majors and ready for some major league action this season? You know, time will tell, but I think it's going to be a strong possibility. Fly ball. Emmy Fisher's he's got a lot of fly balls to catch here in this game so far, as that is caught. The guy there is all the way at second base almost, but that is a tag and a move up there for Wes Adams. He's now 90 feet away. Rumi Gonzalez is here at the plate. As, guy 90 feet away, just get a ball into the outfield. That's a fly ball into right again. Henry Fisher, though, is going to make the catch, and it's too shallow, apparently, to try and score the runner. I guess, I don't know why Wes Adams tried to go, halfway between the bags there. That maybe should have tried to tag up on that one. But now it's Drew Mendoza. He hasn't had a couple of doubles. And that second double, maybe... kind of a lame hit there, not really one. That's a solid single, though. Back up the middle. Duggar misplays it here in the outfield a little bit, as it's going to go to the wall. And Drew Mendoza again. Third double of this game, I believe, right? He had a double in his first at-bat. Maybe not a double in his first at-bat, but he has 3 hits in this game now, and he's got both of the RBIs in this game for the Eastern All-Stars, and we're tied at 2. So Austin Martin here, big 2-out hit right there, as Austin Martin's up now, and Danny Floyd is the pitcher, as that one is in there. I believe that was a strike. 2-1 count to him. That one misses, though. The count is at 3-1. And nowhere to put him here. 3-2 pitch, and that is ball 4. Well, I guess their first pitch was open. But anyway, that's a walk. And Austin Martin is on here. 2 out, 2 on now for Roberto Rodriguez. Big spot here, the 1-1. It's a fly ball into left field. Willie Calhoun is going to settle under that one. It makes the catch, ends the inning, but that will be the end of that inning there. The Eastern All-Stars tie the game as Drew Mendoza coming up clutch again here with 2 outs in this inning. Gets another run. As bottom of the 6th here, leading off is Khalil Watson, and he'll do that against Garrett York, who will make his appearance here in this AAA All-Star game. Had a good appearance in the Futures game a couple of days ago. Back out on the mound once again. 0-2, as there's a ground ball. Brady House can't get that one. It's past his diving attempt at shortstop, and that is through into left for a single. First hit of the game for Khalil Watson, and what is likely his final at-bat here in this one. Look at that single there up the middle. Now it's Sam Haggerty at the plate here. That 2-seamer is a strike. Really great pitch there on the corner. 0 for 2 on the game so far. 3-1 is the count, as that is a 4-seamer. Yeah, 2-seamer there. That is a strike. Really good pitch by York, and the count runs full. Big pitch here in this game. 3-2 count to Haggerty. Here it comes. It's a 2-seamer in the air. Deep center fielder Castro is at the wall. Looks up, and that ball is gone. Sam Haggerty with a drive in his center field. And a 2-run shot puts the Western All-Stars ahead here in the 6th inning, 4-2. Sam Haggerty, an older guy. I think he's 26 years old in this game. But he's got some potential. He's a big potential player. And he's been improving a lot this year, especially in the contact department. 408-foot blast to straightaway center field. That was an incredible swing there. Garrett York knows he missed in location, immediately takes that 2-seamer and deposits it into center, and he is not happy. So York gives up the lead here immediately in this inning here, as that's going to be his first out that he's going to get in this frame, as Willie Calhoun grounds it out to second base. But yeah, that was a brutal home run, and Gary Soto now is going to come out of the bullpen here and kind of clean up this inning here. And yeah, those numbers are incredible. Those averages against are so ridiculously low, 164 and 111. That's crazy. Pops him up here in the infield. And Austin Martin is once again going to center under this one to make the catch. So now it might have gone foul there, but A good play for Austin Martin to get to it, and now there's 2 down in the frame. Jorge Soto trying to clean off the 6th inning here. And he's going to get it here. Ground ball to Adams. And Wes Adams throws it to first. That is the end of the 6th. But man, Sam Haggerty though, biggest swing of the night. The Western All-Star was 5 hits and another 2-run homer to give them the lead once again here in the 6th inning. 4-2 the score as we get into the late innings today. So a good, entertaining All-Star game for a year so far. Julio Gonzalez now comes out, and we haven't seen him. I haven't really showcased him yet this season. I mean, he's only 18 years old, so I don't think we're going to see him in the majors this year, but I mean, he is so ridiculously good already. He's already a 70-plus overall guy. Already has some really amazing attributes. I think he's somebody that we'll probably see maybe even as soon as next season in the majors for the, for the Dragons in their bullpen. There's a ground ball. Mendoza's got it here. He's going to go and step on the bag. Lazaro Montero's not able to do anything with that at bat. And now Daniel Vogelbach is up. So now we're starting to see the guys coming off the bench for these teams here. And Daniel Vogelbach is going to swing and miss at that curveball. I mean, that was an incredible pitch right there by Gonzalez. And he just dominated the hitters there in that 7th inning. Good appearance right there. And now Alejandro Espinoza coming off the bench. Near 800 OPS for him this season. As we're already in the 8th inning. There's a fly ball. Fisher is on that one, and he makes the catch for the out. So 2 down in the frame. And out comes Vincent Kim here out of the bullpen. 22 saves, 22 free opportunities, 253 average against righties, 212 against lefties here as we are in the bottom of the 8th inning now. 1-1 to Hernandez. There's a ground ball down the line, just past the diving glove of the first baseman, and trying to go to second base here, and getting there with a double down the line is Darnell Arnaz. A good hustle right there to get in scoring position. So now with 1 out in the inning, Luke Williams is at the plate here. There's a fly ball. Espinoza getting in position, makes that catch there and left, and that is going to send the runner back to Hernandez back to second base. So Johnny DeLuca trying to come off the bench and get a big hit here. That would extend the lead. 1-2 pitch. And that one just misses. 4th-seam fastball high in the zone for ball 2. Count even it now with 2 balls and 2 strikes. As that's a fly ball into center field. Rodriguez is going to get there. He's got that ball easy. And that is the end of the 8th inning. So 6, 7, and 8 here in the 8th as we are going to go to the 9th inning now. And last chance for the Eastern All-Stars, Kendrick Fellows, who was 28 of 32 in save opportunities, 2.25 ERA this season. He's 29 years old, so not a prospect. But now there's a double. Jake Alou coming through, and it's a 1-run game. So don't look now. Garrett Mitchell now coming off of the bench here, getting an opportunity in the 9th inning to do something here. He's got the tying run in scoring position. The Eastern All-Stars trying to make a comeback happen here. That's a fly ball. That one is going to land foul down the line. And very late swing timing right there. Let's see if he is going to come back with a fastball again here on this 2-2 pitch. It's a pop-up, but he did come back with a fastball here. The 4-seamer. And Garrett Stubbs is going to make that catch there. And that's a big first out for Kendrick Fellows there. So 1 down. Webster Rivas coming off the bench here, getting an opportunity. And that's a fly ball into center field, but Armenteros has a beat on it. He's going to make that catch easy. And that's the 2nd out of the game, or the inning here. And the Eastern All-Stars are down to their last out here tonight. So Justin Dearden coming off the bench to 10 home runs, 703 OPS. It's down to him to keep this game going. First pitch to Dearden here, and that's a splitter that misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 count here now, fellas. I mean, he's got a lot of pitches in this inning, 18 of them so far. Here's the 1-0 to Dearden. It's a fly ball deep into right field. Derek Fisher is back. He's at the wall, and that one is gone! Oh my goodness, Justin Dearden 2-run go-ahead homer! The Eastern All-Stars take the lead in the 9th inning. 5-4. Justin Dearden off the bench. 10 homers in the first half of the season for him, but none bigger than that one right there. Go ahead, long ball in the 9th. What a swing. Wow, that is a crowd silencing homer so high in the air, and it just gets over the wall. Out there, the tall wall in right field. How about that? A high changeup, missing location by Fellows, and it left the building. Wow. So ground ball to Williams here at the second baseman, playing behind the bag at second base. So that'll end the inning, but not before disaster strikes for the Western All-Stars. Justin Dearden, biggest swing of the game. How about that? That was incredible. And it gives a chance for Joe Adell to hit here in the bottom of the 9th. But now the Western All-Stars are in a position to lose this game if they can't rally here to get a run. And that was just a terrible swing way early on that splitter right there. And now 2 strikes on Joe Adell here. 1-2 count. And there's a changeup. Swung on and missed. 85 miles an hour. That is that's a pretty speedy off-speed pitch there. And it's just such a good location. Joe Adell way early on it. Not a great at bat right there. Got way early on that pitch. And now there's 2 down in the inning here. Now the Western All-Stars down to their last strike. Ground ball, and it's covered. It's stopped by Wilson, and there's the outs, and this game is over. The Western All-Stars are defeated here in this All-Star game. Eastern All-Stars 3-run 9th inning to win this game, snatching victory here in this one, 5-4. So how about that rally? How about that comeback there in the 9th? That was a awesome moment there in the All-Star game. That was crazy when I first saw that happen in real time. That was an awesome swing. And, not by a top prospect there in the 9th inning, but still, go ahead home run down to your last, down to the 9th. Nothing better than that type of swing. Justin Dearden has got to be feeling awesome after this game. And Kendall Fellows gets handed the loss. Vincent Kim gets the win for the scoreless 8th inning that he pitched. And the save goes to Matt Foster. But there's a look at the lineups here for the Eastern All-Stars. And the guys that we were caring about there, Brady House was 1 for 3. Adams was 3 for 3. In this game, scored 2 runs. He was awesome and stole a base as well. Newstrom was 0 for 3. Espinoza was 0 for 1. Mendoza was 3 for 3. 2 RBIs. Let's see if he had 3 doubles. I think he had 3 doubles. Austin Martin was 0 for 2, did get on base with a walk. Garrett Mitchell was 0 for 1 in his only opportunity at the plate here. And, it actually doesn't, it's not going to show us there. But he had at least 2 doubles in this game. Harrison, first inning was scoreless and really good there. I don't know why Matt DeBoer only gave up 1 earned run in his inning. There's no errors, no team committed any errors, so I really don't know why there's an unearned run for Matt DeBoer charged to him. I don't know if that's just a mistake or glitch in the game. But anyway, Gary York did give up a 2-run home run. Unfortunately there, Soto did get the last 2 outs in that inning. And then Vincent Kim getting the win. Western All-Stars, you got Khalil Watson 1 for 3. Sam Haggerty had that monster home run in the 6th inning, but did end up, that run put them ahead, but didn't end up being enough. Willie Calhoun was 3 for 2. In this one, Derek Fisher was 0 for 3, but he did make a lot of plays in the outfield in this one. Joe Adell 0 for 1. As you see the pitching for this team. And Shane Baz was really the only guy that we were focusing on there, the only prospect for the Western All-Star pitching staff, and he had a good inning. 1 inning of work there and did give up a hit, but got a strikeout. And overall, the pitching, Kendrick Fellows, though, obviously blew the game and had a really bad 9th inning. But that is the AAA All-Star game, and, I wanted to combine that with the Major League All-Star game, but it would have been a ridiculously long video if I did that. So, that is the AAA All-Star game. We're past the All-Star break now, and Robert Newstrom highlighted him in that game. He's going to be called up to the Major League level here, and we're going to see some Major League debuts here after the All-Star festivities. First game of the second half of the season, the Phoenix Scorpions right at 500, so are the Vancouver Vandals as well, but I want to see the Phoenix Scorpions make a push to make the playoffs in the second half of the season, and Robert Newstrom, I want him to kind of be a part of that, be put in the lineup, and let's see if he is a boost to the offense. Hunter Renfroe has been probably one of the team's better hitters this year. 22 home runs for him is pretty awesome. Jackson Jobe, really good rookie numbers from 114 innings, 3.69 ERA, on 112 hits, on 1.36 whip. Like what he's been doing this season for Phoenix, and Newstrom here playing in left field. He's going to be out here, and he's going to immediately have to play a ball off the wall as he gets that one, and he's going to throw it to his cutoff man there, and that's going to be a double. Who is that? And that is Anthony Rizzo. Gets his 11th double of the season, which is actually not that much, all things considered, but we're in the quick manage and gives up a run already there in the second inning, and Robert Newstrom is going to come out here for his first plate appearance, as yeah, just made his All-Star Game appearance and is now in the majors. 0-2 to him here. That's a sinker that misses, facing Tuki Toussaint in his debut here. 1-2 pitch as a swing and a miss on a sinker, low and outside, and not a great pitch to swing out there. Fooled Tuki Toussaint, fooled him there on this pitch. As you see, I mean, not terrible timing on it, but obviously you're not going to hit that one. So Nolan Arenado up now, and he's going to get a ground ball here back up the middle or into the outfield. The Newstrom gets it back on into the infield here, but that's a big hit. And 2 on, 2 outs in the third inning. There's a walk, a single. Okay, 3-0 now as they get a couple more runs. It's double and a single, 2 straight walks, 3 straight walks as Michael Lorenzen comes on out of sac fly. Whoa, what a crazy inning here in the top of the fourth. Oh my goodness, 5 runs in the third inning, and Vancouver is up 8-0 here in the fourth inning. Okay, so this game has changed dramatically. 0-1 to Robert Newstrom, though. That's a fly ball, and that one's going to be fair. Yes, it will! Down the line, it lands in fair. It's going to score 1 run around third, and coming home to throw his way offline. And 2 runs come home to score. Robert Newstrom, 2-run RBI double for his first career Major League knock. Congratulations to Robert Newstrom. Again, a guy with not a super high ceiling maybe, but a guy that you looking, got good defense in the outfield, and a guy pretty good against righties in his attributes. As this team looking for an offensive boost and hoping that Robert Newstrom can be the answer there for them in the second half of the season. So, I mean, still need to rally back for 6 more runs in this game, but you got to start somewhere here, as it's now 8-2, and Alfaro is going to ground that one. Oh, no, it's a fly ball. No, it's a pop-up. Sorry, I didn't see where the ball was there. It's a pop-up in the infield, and it's caught by, that was Ketel Marte there to make that catch. So, the Phoenix offense hasn't done anything in a while here. They're still down, and now they're down 9-2. As Vancouver scored again, and Robert Newstrom is back up at the plate. Takes that cutter. That was a good location there. Cutter inside for a strike. Tyler Alexander, the pitcher here in the 6th inning. As that's a fly ball. I mean, a 2-seam fastball hit pretty well, but it is caught by the center fielder. And that is that Kyle Isbell there in center? I think it is. Makes the catch there. End of the 6th inning here. As we go bottom 8, and it's, 11-2 game. This game seems pretty far out of reach here. Tyler Alexander is still pitching in this game. As bases loaded here, 1 out down the line. That one is going to be fair again, and there's 1 run to score as Newstrom trying for another double and 2 more RBIs. So, I mean, Robert Newstrom is basically the entirety of the Phoenix offense in this game. He's got all 4 RBIs tonight. And another double from him. So pretty good debut, and you wish the offense would be better, or the pitching. I mean, the pitching, really. You can't give up 11 runs and win very many games in the Major League Baseball. As that's a pop-up here to third base. No one is there. Makes the catch. Pretty unnecessary slide by Robert Newstrom there. But anyway, that is a 3-run inning for the Phoenix Scorpions, but they're still trailing by a boatload, and they cannot come back in this game. They fall to below 500 again here, 49 and 50. The Vandals are exactly 500, and these two teams, you know, they're going to be competing for that wild card spot, the second wild card spot in the second half of the season. So every game here from on now, you know, from on out, and especially when these two teams play each other, is really important, honestly. As you see Vancouver there, and I like their offense. I think their offense is not their issue. Their issue is, you know, their pitching, and it's not very deep. It's not a very, you know, amazing pitching staff. There's a lot better out there because their offense is really good. Anthony Rizzo only has 35 RBIs, but, you know, he's batting 284 there. And Ben Montgomery has been pretty good as a rookie of late. You know, Isbell has been okay. Nolan Arenado has been really good. Marte has been really good as well. Austin Meadows has been one of the better outfielders in the league. You see Marte and Arenado 60 and 64 RBIs. Meadows has 68 so far this season. Touki Toussaint is having a good year. 5 innings in this game, 3 hits, allowed 2 runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. The ERA at 3.75 gets his 6th win of the season. Tyler Alexander gives up 3 runs in his relief outing there. And then the rest of the bullpen came in and did a good job there. And so, yeah, only 3 extra base hits in the entire game for Phoenix. Robert Newstrom had 2 of them. Davis had the other. Afar had the other RBI for Phoenix. But, you know, this offense is also probably not really the big issue for Phoenix. And we'll see what these two teams do at the trade deadline. Jackson Jobe, that ERA went up to 4.13 after the start. Yikes. Lorente gave up 4 runs in his relief outing as well, so not good there. But we'll see what those two teams do at the trade deadline. They could be aggressive in trying to push for, you know, some more consistency on their teams and trying to get into the postseason. Another team trying to get into the postseason in the second half is going to be the Columbus Cardinals. To do that, they're calling up Brooks Schnell from AAA. Really awesome contact ratings, great vision, great discipline, and decent defense. But yeah, the offensive numbers where it's at, and you're looking for him to maybe be, ignore the stadium that they're in right now, it'll be correct in a few minutes. But yeah, the Columbus Cardinals, you know, they want somebody, they want another boost to the offense here, and Brooks Schnell can be and he's the perfect archetypal leadoff hitter for them, and that'll probably be his role going forward. I don't think he's batting leadoff in this game, but if he does well enough, gets on base well enough here, that is going to be his role on this team. So, you know, I just looked at his stats, and I saw how good he is with getting on base. I mean, he was doing really well with that in AAA. So, wanted to give him a chance here. Corbin Carroll leading off with a home run against Joe Ross, who has had a really good season, but he's given up 2 runs here already in this first inning. This first inning is not going his way right now. And here is Brooks Schnell to get his first Major League appearance. And again, not a guy with maybe a crazy high ceiling, but a guy who should make a Major League impact right now. And he gets a base hit here as that ball falls into center field. And 2 runs score on the base hit from Brooks Schnell. 4-0 Columbus. First Major League hit for the DH, and he's going to be a DH going forward in this lineup for Ohio, for Columbus. Really should change their acronym because they're not Ohio, but either way, Dustin Turner collecting the baseball there, and yeah, you got to save that ball for him here as 2 runs score. So both of those guys get a couple of RBIs with their first Major League hits. So there's Jacob Stallings, who was batting 227. You know, I think it might be time for us to have Shea Langoliers just be the full-time catcher going forward for this team, because Jacob Stallings is just not hitting the ball at all this season. He's good on defense, but man, his offense sucks. And yeah, I just can't. I don't know if I can take much more of his just terrible offense. 2-run home run by Patrick Wisdom there in the bottom of the second against Justin Verlander, who's pitching here, and he's got a 4.41 ERA. He gives up a walk here. 3 runs score on an Olivares double. Another run scores 5-run inning for San Francisco. Ohio scores the first 4 runs, but the Spiders get 7 runs unanswered there immediately in 2 innings. And now they trail here by 3. Okay, that was pretty crazy. As a 1-1 count to Bushnell here, with Joe Ross now all of a sudden having a lead here. And he's been good since the first inning, really struggled in that first inning. But now Adley Rutschman gets the pop out here as not a good swing by Bushnell. But now we go top of the 5th, and he's up again pretty quickly here as he's got an RBI chance here. 2nd and 3rd, 2 men out. A base hit would score a couple more runs. And, this is a guy, he's not going to strike out a lot. Didn't strike out a lot in the major, or in AAA at all. That one just misses, apparently, there. So Anthony Dominguez on the mound for the Spiders, who might have a chance. I don't know. That, this division for them is pretty wide open. There's not a major, the Sharks right now have the lead in this division. But maybe San Francisco can make a second half push. I don't know, though. There might still be in that more rebuilding phase, but that is caught by Tyler O'Neill. Bushnell not able to do anything there to take advantage of the base runners in that frame. So the offense, Columbus has been shut down completely since the first inning in this game. Haven't scored since, and they now trail 8-4. Wow, Amir Garrett pumping that fastball in, and it hits Schnell on the elbow. So that was a miss in location by him here. And Jacob Stallings is up at the plate. Only 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. I know he was hurt for a little bit. He was hurt for a couple months this season. That's why Shane Lewis got some major league opportunities already this season. But I just don't see really any reason to not have Shane Lewis at the major league level at this point when you have a catcher. When your starting catcher is playing as badly as he is. So we'll see if that happens. I think it will. But either way, the Spiders here close out this game, and they get the win 8-4 over Columbus, who is, basically 500 right now. And, they're trailing in their division, but this division race I think is going to be interesting. Columbus is right there in the mix. They're going to have a better second half of their season, though, if they want to make the playoffs. And hopefully Bushnell is part of that. Here is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs in his debut. Not too bad. But, yeah, Columbus, they get on base really well. They have a good average as a team. They don't really have a lot of power, and I'm wondering whether or not they're going to really be aggressive at the trade deadline, which is coming up. It's going to be in a couple of episodes, so I'll have to see what happens there. But, yeah, Justin Verlander, he is just not pitching well. This is probably his last year in the show, at least his last year being under contract. He's not having a good season. He didn't really pitch very well last year. He's over 40 years old now. Or I think he's 40 in this game, but he's going to be over 40 going into next season. San Francisco, I just think the offense is a little bit inconsistent there. The highest average is 279 right now. But Patrick Wisdom, 20 home runs for him. He's actually, he's one of the better hitters for the Spiders. And Joe Ross, 4.1 innings, 9 hits. So 4 runs. 4 runs all in the first inning. He actually pitched really well after that. Dominguez, 1.2 innings of 0.44. ERA is really good there. And then Amir Garrett comes in as well to pitch. So that is that game, and we have a couple of more guys to showcase, and one of them here is Dustin Harris, the potential guy, a guy, in the really late draft pick in real life, and he's got a +8 to his power versus lefties. He is really hitting lefties well this season and really crushing them. And, 65, 56 contact ratings. His hitting ratings look really good. And for the Boston Barons here, they're trying to make this push to get to the playoffs. And I think they're going to get to the playoffs pretty easily here. But they want to win the division here over the, they want to win the division over New York. And Dustin Harris, who is going to be a DH for them going forward, they want to make that happen, and he's going to be replacing, their first baseman that they had. I can't remember his name. I'm blanking on it right now. But either way, he's going to be taking over there for the DH role, and I like where his ratings are at. I think his ratings are really good, and, the +8 power rating increase is really awesome for him, and so He's a power guy. He's got some power. And Josiah Gray is pitching against him here. First at bats with Boston having, 65 wins this season. They are in a really good spot to win this division here against, in the National League or in the American League East. And that's the goal. And they want, they want Dustin Harris to be a part of that as bases are loaded here. Josh Van Meter gets another walk, walks in a run, and it's a 2-1 game with the bases juiced. What an opportunity for Dustin Harris right here. Big RBI spot for him. First pitch from Gray is a ground ball. That one is through into right field. Run scores, and a second run comes in as well. I believe that was Trevor Story there scoring as first Major League hit for Dustin Harris. 2 RBI single gives Boston a 3-2 lead in the fourth. Congratulations to him and Luis Arias, who might be having a game off today. He is going to take that baseball for Dustin Harris and bring it back to the dugout. So all 3 guys we focused on had hits in big spots to get RBIs in their Major League debuts. That is really special. And that is caught in the gap by Springer in left. And that will end the top of the 6th as still a 3-2 game. Now we go into the top of the 9th inning. Dustin Harris here 1 for 3 on the day with a couple of RBIs. He's facing Miguel Castro here in the 9th. And the first pitch is a swing and a drive into deep center. Springer is at the wall here. He looks up, and that one is gone! Dustin Harris, a drive in his first Major League homer. In his 4th Major League at-bat. Nice debut for the 24-year-old here in his first Major League game. How about that swing from Dustin Harris? 4-2 lead for Boston. Some more insurance for the Barons here in this 9th inning. Great swing by Dustin Harris, and he's got that really great power potential. His hitting, his power ratings are really good, and I think he's going to be a guy that can make a big impact for Boston in the second half of the season, and they have confidence in him, and the team comes around him and congratulates him. And something that I did notice there, you can see it especially in the lighting, is that helmet is like a weird green, black. It's not fully black. It's a weird, like, greenish shade to it, which I thought I fixed that in the offseason, but I guess I didn't, so I need to go in and change that and make that actually fully black. And I think the sleeve color is also that same, like, weird greenish black. Anyway, David Bednar, who was just the All-Star closer in the last episode, he is coming out here to try and get another save here immediately in the second half of the season, and he just dominated whoever that was. I actually don't even know who was at bat right there, but he dominated that hitter there in that plate appearance for the strikeout. And now that's a swing and a miss. Oh my goodness. What is Lopez swinging out there? That was an off-speed pitch that was just way inside and no chance here. Yeah, that is ridiculously filthy right there. And, dominant 9th inning by David Bednar. This is what he's been doing all season long. He has been so incredibly good this year. David Peralta is at the plate here, fouls that curveball away for the first strike. So 1-1 to Peralta here. And it's a flying ball. That one is get it. Nobody's going to catch it. That is almost gone here, bounding off of the face of the wall there. And that is going to be extra bases for David Peralta. His 8th double of the season. And they signed him, the Expos did, early this season after an injury forced them to kind of make a change, and they needed a position player for them. He gets on base here, so he's in scoring position. Cam Gallagher is at the plate. Ground ball stopped by David Bednar. He will take care of it himself and gets the final out of the game. And Boston holds on, wins this one 4-2, the final. Good game here by the Barons. They get another win, and they came into the All-Star break hot. They're looking to come out of it hot as well. and carry some success and momentum into the second half of the season. And a big part to play for Dustin Harris in this game. He had 3 RBIs, including the go-ahead base hit in the 4th inning, and then the insurance home run in the 9th. In the 9th. So how about his day today? Really good stuff from him, and he was player of the game. Great debut for all 3 of the guys that we just showcased here. We got one more guy to show off in this episode here. But yeah, I like Boston. This offense is really good, and I think they just added another great player to this lineup here as Harris. 3 RBIs, first Major League home run. Really impressive showing there. You had Hernandez and Biggio, those 2 guys not hitting the ball all that well, but overall the rest of this lineup has been really good this season. As Josh Van Meter, 29th RBI for him this year, and Alex Cobb, the man on the mound, did really well in this game. 6.1 innings, 6 hits, only 2 runs, a couple of walks, and 4 strikeouts. Brooks Raley, 0.2 innings, didn't give up a run. Strendecker did not give up a run, and David Bednar, 1.54 ERA now for him on the season. For the Montreal Expos, this team, multiple double-digit games below 500, but George Springer, 50 RBIs now for him on the season. Josiah Gray has been pretty good this season. I mean, those are not bad numbers. In this game was a decent start for him. 3 runs given up, but he does get handed the loss. Miguel Castro gives up the home run, and 1 inning for Altavia to get, a hit and a walk with no runs allowed. So before I leave it here in this episode, we got one more guy to show off, and that is Nick Gonzalez. Tampa Bay Vipers, this offense is absolute garbage, and they need some kind of a boost. Nick Gonzalez, 64 contact versus righties, 54 and 57 power ratings. The contact versus lefties is definitely low, but the vision, the discipline, the clutch, pretty good. Ratings, all things considered there. His defense isn't amazing. It definitely needs some work, but he's got decent speed. His stats in AA or in AAA have been all right, but I think, this team just needs some offense here, and why not give him a shot? Why not see what Nick Gonzalez can do here up in the majors and, the second half of the season for the Tampa Bay Vipers? So Nick Gonzalez, 23-year-old guy making his major league debut. And I clicked through this really quickly, but there is a snapshot pause it if you want to see Nick Gonzalez's major league AAA stats there. But a 255 batting average, he did have a below 700 OPS. But again, this team is in such desperate need of offense that we're going to do this here. And Wade Miley, 180 innings, so one of the few guys that is actually having an awesome season for the Vipers this year. And he is definitely possibly a trade candidate for me. I mean, I'm going to be considering him to deal him in at the deadline, as that is a home run. Whit Merrifield crushes a homer for the Oklahoma City Bison, who are basically 500 this year. They're a few games below it here. And I don't know, this team, maybe they can make a push for the playoffs. We'll have to see. But here's Nick Gonzalez facing Pablo Lopez in the bottom of the 3rd with the game at 1-0. So I do believe Nick Gonzalez is this team's DH right now going forward. And you see the little blurb there. Brady House was called back up to the majors for the Stars, and that ball is down the line. Nick Gonzalez has got his first major league hit in right field, and it is a double down the line. And first major league hit for Nick Gonzalez. Congratulations for him, as they're going to keep that ball. Yes, sir. The first base coach has given it to the bench, and that ball going to be kept for safekeeping. For Nick Gonzalez, congratulations to him. Good swing here on this pitch, and that ball was kind of center cut, but still good swing by Nick Gonzalez, driving it down the line and keeping it fair. So you got to look at the standings there. 1 game back on the Boston Barons after that game there, and the Raptors 2 games above 500. They're 8 games back of the division race right now. Vandals also the same record. And then the Scorpions, 49 and 50. So all 3 of those teams really close in record, and all 3 of those teams are going to be, kind of vying for the wild card right now. The Reapers are also in position there, but again, the Bison are not super far behind. They're going to have a good second half in order to make a wild card push, but it is possible. They're not out of range there. So 2 outs here as Nick Gonzalez is at third base, but that is a swing and a miss. Pedro Leon cannot connect on that pitch, and Nick Gonzalez is left stranded out third base 90 feet away. It's a good pitch right here by Lopez as that one, late on that pitch, and is Pedro Leon swinging through it as a man on the corners here in the bottom of the 5th for Nick Gonzalez. This is a great RBI chance. Just get a ball into the outfield here and you're set. So Pablo Lopez here coming at him with the first pitch is a ground ball. Stopped by the second baseman, and that is a double play. Kind of unfortunate, but it is an RBI. It does actually score the runner from third base, so even that is going to be an RBI for Nick Gonzalez, but yeah, you don't like a double play there in that spot. Andrew Vaughn launches a 2-run home run, makes it a 4-1 game, as it doesn't look good for the Tampa Bay Vipers here. And Nick Gonzalez comes up again, probably his last plate appearance in this game. Maybe he gets one more shot in the 9th if guys get a lot ahead of him. But that's a fly ball into center field, and the outfielder there is underneath it, makes that catch to end that, to get the out there. So, does Tampa Bay have any offense here left in them? Paul Lopez is still pitching here. He's only at 76 pitches right now, actually. As we're in the 9th, there's another run. Manny Machado makes it 5-1. They bring on Loaizaga, and he just shuts the door down, and the game is over. So the Bison take this one here, and they get another win. They're 47-50 now, 41-58 for the Vipers. They are just sliding more below 500 here, and again, one of the worst teams this year. They're in that rebuilding stage. I mean, what can I say? But hopefully Nick Gonzalez is a big part of this future rebuild for the Vipers here, and he had a 1-for-3 day so far. I mean, actually, I guess he doesn't get credit for an RBI. That's interesting because it was a double play. I guess you don't get credit for Ribby. That's kind of unfortunate, but I mean, he did allow a run to be scored, so I will count that all the same. I guess it's not going to go in the stat book for him as a Ribby, but either way, pretty decent debut for him. He did get a hit here. Wayne Miley, pretty good start, 6 innings, only 2 runs allowed, but he does get handed the loss because the offense just didn't show up for him at all. Oklahoma City Bison, their problem is not their offense. Their offense is really good. I mean, you got a couple of guys there, Marte and Vaughn, hitting really well. Vaughn had a home run in this one. Manny Machado has been really great offensively. Our Poisson, don't know really why he's in the starting lineup. I don't really want him to be there, but Mick Merrifield also had a home run. Only his 7th of the season, though. And there's the pitching staff for Pablo Lopez. Great day for him. Went 8 innings, 5 hits, 1 run allowed, and no walks, 8 strikeouts. Loaizaga a scoreless inning in the 9th as well. So that's going to do it, everybody, for me in this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching this one. And yeah, we're going to keep going with this franchise here because this is a series that is getting a lot of support. I'm noticing, 70, 80 views for these videos. And so thank you guys so much for that support. I really appreciate it. As we continue with year 2 here in the second half of the season, it begins now. And so we'll have another episode coming out for you shortly. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.